Hello, I'm Paul Fenewald. I'm a special advisor for the Missouri School Boards Association to the Missouri Center for Education Safety. And today I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about environmental health in education and why it's so important to be thinking about, in the overall scheme of safety and security in schools, environmental health is very important, and the people that are promoting environmental health are very much a part of the safety and security solution. I want to talk a little bit about our webinar series that we're doing in conjunction with the Green Clean Institute, about some of the impacts of environmental health cleaning green, about the guidelines that Missouri has and a lot of other states have to promote green cleaning, and then about marketing. We're in the process of doing a series of webinars on environmental health cleaning green. There's 11 webinars that we're having in the series, and they're totally free of charge to anyone in Missouri or any other place as far as that goes that would like to listen to those webinars. If they want to receive formal recognition for participating in that, they can do that. There's a series of tests to show that they've actually listened and paid attention to the webinars, and then they take the test and receive a certificate verifying that they attended the webinars, and there's a small charge for that, but they can learn more about that from the Green Clean Institute. To just participate in the webinar and get the information is totally free of charge, and there's no other obligation. It's 11 webinars. We use the building block strategy where we start out with the simple aspects of cleaning green and then start building on what we teach. Each subsequent webinar builds somewhat on the previous webinar. And again, overall, we want to promote education and information about cleaning green and how you can communicate that to other people that you work with in the school. Again, it's so important that not only do you learn and you educate yourself, but then you communicate that so that we're all moving forward in a positive direction within a school system, within a school district. Again, it's so important about what you put into something, the effort that you put into it, that's going to pretty much affect the results you get back. I worked for IBM a number of years ago, and they had the old adage, garbage in, garbage out. And if you give a half-hearted effort to something, be it whatever you do, if you're trying to learn maybe to play a musical instrument or something, or if you're trying to promote environmental health in a school system, again, what you put in determines what you get back out of it. And so it's important that you look at what are the best practices, what's the standards out there in the industry at this point in time, and where are we going with this? Do you want to be on the leading edge of that, or do you want to be way behind the pack just trying to keep up? What we do impacts lives in a positive way. And again, you may not think about it. You may just be going about your job, cleaning a school, part of the custodial maintenance staff, trying to get stuff to look pretty. But is that really what it's about? Are you truly actually looking at the environmental health of that place where you're working at there, that school system? It's so important that looking at the environmental health aspects of it, because again, if it's environmentally healthy, it's clean. Just because it looks nice doesn't necessarily mean that it's environmentally healthy. So it's very important, and it impacts the lives of the people there in that facility. Yourself, your co-workers, the staff of the school, the students of the school. It is a very serious topic when you get down into it. We want to talk a little bit about guidelines. Missouri does have some very specific guidelines. They were institutionalized or embraced by the legislature back in 2009, and there's some great information in this set of guidelines. It's available to you. You can go online and download this document. It's about, 30-some pages long. And if you did nothing else in your program within a school district or a school, as far as organizing what you're doing and how you do it, you could use these guidelines as a very good roadmap, if you would, to how to get to where you have a school that's environmentally healthy while you're embracing green cleaning practices. Also, there's things like the Green Clean Institute. They have the 180 Best Practice Standards. They have a formal program that you can get involved in, and they've got, if you would, milestones in that program. You can start no matter where you're at as far as embracing environmental health, cleaning green. You can get involved with their program and jump right in there and start moving forward in a positive direction. And the nice thing about their program, they actually formally document what you're doing. You get recognition for that. You can promote that. I know there's a number of schools in the state of Missouri that have done that, and they've actually gotten media attention, and it tells the students and staff, it tells the parents, it tells the community that they're on the leading edge worrying about the safety and health of their kids. Because again, I think it's very important. You can't have a good learning environment if you don't have a safe and healthy environment. One of the things is that we have this working with the Green Clean Institute on a safety awareness course. You see the web link there for it, and it's talking about how environmental health, cleaning green is part of that overall safety and security for a school. Again, I can't stress enough the importance of taking a holistic approach to education safety. And again, cleaning green, environmental health is very much a part of that. And the people that are promoting environmental health, cleaning green, they're very much a part of the safety and security of a school. I pointed out recently, if you look at tragic events, the one in Newtown, Connecticut, several months ago, back in December, where you had a tragedy where the young man went into school there and killed a number of students and staff. Yet you look at the one person that was probably the hero in that event and probably helped prevent additional people from losing their lives was somebody that was part of the custodial staff. So again, having an awareness that you're part of the solution, you're not part of the problem, but you're part of that solution, that you have some opportunities, you have some responsibilities, is very important. One of the things that we're trying to do through the Center for Education Safety, working with the Green Clean Institute, is trying to also make schools aware of this new requirement coming down the road for how you classify chemicals, how you mark chemicals that you use in cleaning and other things, how they can be recognized for the hazards that they can clean, the globally harmonized system. This is something that's been coming down the pike for quite a number of years, but there's starting in the end of this year in December, there's some requirements now for education on this system, and eventually there's going to be some major changes that custodial staff and schools need to be aware of, that the first responder community needs to be aware of, because the way that we're labeling stuff, the way that the material safety data sheets read, that type of stuff, all that's changing. And again, you need to be aware of that. You need to be on the leading edge. The OSHA is the organization, the federal organization embracing this, but again, it's going to be both nationally and internationally. So now we're going to have everybody globally on the same page about how we mark chemicals, how we recognize the hazards of chemicals, what are the appropriate things to do, and even more importantly, probably the appropriate things to not do. Because again, if you look at a chemical, if you, for instance, have a spill, you get exposed to something and you don't treat that right, you can actually compound the problem as opposed to making it better, both at the situation there and then the health of the person that was exposed to it. And so it's very important. And again, we're going to be doing things at our conference in October. We're going to be having some training there on that, and we'll be bringing you some other things in the future on that globally harmonized system. One of the things that you may not have thought about, but if I was a terrorist or a bad person, I wanted to come into a school, get access to a variety of things in that school, who would be a great person to target? And you think, well, maybe the superintendent, the principal, but who has access to everything in that school system? Who knows everything about everything in the school system, where all the vulnerabilities are, the weaknesses are for the safety and security, have keys to get into all the locked rooms where the chemicals are stored at in the lab, and all these other things, the maintenance or the mechanical systems, all that type of stuff, the custodial staff. So again, you need to be aware of the fact that, hey, everybody doesn't want to do good things for the school system. You very well may be a target, and maybe a target if somebody bad is going to come in the system, but even probably more commonly, if somebody wants to recruit somebody to get access to that school, to compromise them, whatever, they very well could target the custodial staff. Some of the things you need to be aware of, that again, we often don't think about it, but when would you use something like a wedge to hold a door open? Where is it appropriate to use them, and where isn't it appropriate to use them? One of the things that when I go into schools, I see again and again, people have used wedges to hold doors interiorly open when they should possibly be locked, and especially the exterior doors. So often we see things wedged into doors because it's convenient to allow people to come in whenever, not having to go through the normal security process, maybe not have a key to get in, things like that. But if there's a lock on that door, for sure, you as a custodial staff need to be aware that that door probably has a lock for a reason and it needs to stay locked. Again, one of the things that I see again and again going into schools is that we have doors that should be locked, they're compromised, they're propped open, things like that. Another thing you need to be thinking about, who should you hold the door for? Again, we want to be courteous, we want to be helpful, we want to let people into school, but do you ever question who they are, why they're coming in that way, possibly circumventing security? Wouldn't it be a good thing if somebody's going to come into the school and you're going to let them in? Wouldn't it be good that you ask them who they are, where they're going, and then even offer to escort them to the office to sign in? Again, I know as a parent, as a grandparent, people in the community, they appreciate that level of security, that you're that conscientious thinking about the safety and security of that school. Are you really not doing anybody any favors by letting people into the school and not questioning why they're there, who they're there to see, and making for sure that they go to the central office there to sign in, register? So again, it's just little things like that you need to be thinking about, that you're part of that security solution, you're not part of the problem, you're not allowing things to be compromised. Again, there's a number of things that we're doing as far as making for sure that you market yourself. Much of the time it feels that no one else is getting the message about environmental health, cleaning green, or even safety and security. I know sometimes even I feel frustrated that nobody gets that message. But again, we need to all promote this collectively together, because I think you can make a difference. As I tell people, you're not going to knock down that brick wall with one run at it, but you take multiple attacks at it, and every day you live this stuff, you breathe this stuff, and pretty soon people are going to start paying attention. Whether you're securing the facility by doing your job, policing the halls, or cleaning a classroom, again, you can be part of that security and safety solution. Even things like speaking to students at Career Day. Sometimes you'll have opportunities to speak to students, and again, you may not realize that, but they look up to you. You're one of the people of the staff there, and you're doing something important there. Again, you're doing more than just cleaning that facility. You're making it environmentally safe for them. You're protecting the environmental health. So you're promoting so that they can breathe, they can learn. It's a nice environment there for them, and it's conducive to a learning. And so again, it's something that's extremely important, and it shouldn't be marginalized, the job that you do. One of the things that we have a Safe Schools and Colleges Conference every year. This year will be the 7th year that we have this. It'll be October 1st to the 3rd at Tantera and Osage Beach. One of the things we're going to be doing there is we're going to be talking about environmental health in schools, chemicals in the school labs and things like that. But we're also going to be focusing one of the post-conference workshops is going to be on this globally harmonized system and what the implications are for custodial staff, what the implications are for first responders and other people that are interacting with schools and other entities. So again, there's information on our website, and I'd urge you to learn more about it. Be a part of that conference if you can. I want to thank you for the job that you do in protecting the environmental health in our schools, promoting environmental healthy schools, and for being a part of that holistic safety and security in a school. Again, you're part of the solution. We don't want you to be a part of the problem. Have a great day, and thank you.